What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. In the last episode, we sailed the ocean blue and collected all the treasure from the treasure charts. And in this episode, well, we are going to collect the 2 remaining heart pieces that we need to fill out our last heart container. And then, we're going to collect all the Triforce charts in the game. So, let's get started. We got a lot to do. So I'll meet you guys at our first destination, which is going to be 6-Eye Reef. Alright, so here we are at 6-Eye Reef. Now, we're not going to stop at the reef itself. Instead, we're going to make our way over to the submarine surrounded by 3 platforms over here. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. I actually thought we completed the submarine a long time ago, but I actually got it confused with another submarine with the exact same layout, so that was my fault, and that's why I didn't pick up this piece of heart sooner. Because this is one of the easiest pieces of heart to get. Like, this submarine, really easy. You can pretty much do it at any time after you finish up the Forest Haven. All you have to do is fight like 3 moblins in a row. It's a piece of cake, so I'm honestly surprised that I forgot about it. But there are a lot of submarines in the game, and this one does share the same layout with another one, so you can't really blame me, I guess. I like that Link is just like standing there in the cutscene waiting for the moblin to come down. And that ought to do it. Sweet. Now we get ourselves another heart piece. You know, we actually did get kind of lucky because the 2 heart pieces that I did forget about are actually very easy to collect. So we don't have to do any like super long side quests or any difficult tasks to fill out our life meter. Instead, it's more or less just picking them up at this point. So there we go. We got that 3rd one. There's only 1 more left. And believe it or not, the last one is actually on Spire Isle. I know, right? We've been there a lot, but this is another one of those heart pieces that, like, it's super easy to collect, but I kind of just neglected to do so at an earlier time, so it's more of, like, my fault that I have to go back there so much, but, whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. So, I guess with that being said, I will meet you guys at Spire Isle. And once again, here we are on Spire Isle, but just like with 6-Eye Reef, the island itself is not important. Instead, we're going to head over to these 2 battleships because one of them is randomly, well, it might actually not be random because I believe it's always the one off to my left that contains the piece of heart. But yeah, basically one of these ships will contain a piece of heart. The other one will contain 100 rupees, so I mean, they're both worth picking up, especially considering how easy they are, but I'm pretty sure this one is going to be the piece of heart that we need. So, let's find out. Oh man, I'm excited. This could be it. We could finally fill out our life meter. 20 heart containers, guys. That's freaking awesome. Let's find out. It's the moment of truth. And yeah, there we go. We got it. Sweet. Like I said, the other treasure is going to be 100 rupees. But I'm going to pick it up anyways just because it's right here. And, well, after we get all these Triforce charts, we need to get them translated. And that's going to cost some money, which we already have enough rupees right now. But we might as well collect any extra little rupees that we can get along the way. I mean, you know, why not? Especially considering this one was just so easy to pick up. But there we go. 100 extra rupees for us. So now that we've filled out our life meter, what do you say we go and start collecting some of the Triforce charts? The first chart is on the Islet of Steel, so I will meet you guys over there. Alright, so here we are on the Islet of Steel. Now this place is kind of like a mini fortress. We gotta do a little bit of legwork and like blow our way inside. But while we're doing this, I guess I can take some time to talk about the changes to the Triforce side quest in Wind Waker HD compared to the GameCube. Now, on the GameCube version, you originally had 8 Triforce charts that you had to collect, get translated, and then salvage from the bottom of the seafloor to get all 8 pieces of the Triforce. However, in Wind Waker HD, there are only 3 Triforce charts, so you only need to get 3 charts translated. Now, what they did with the other 5 charts is basically they just made them straight up shards, so you have less charts to translate, and you get more shards just like directly. And that, in turn, speeds up this side quest a lot more than you would imagine. Like, it's so much quicker in Wind Waker HD. And honestly, the Triforce side quest was one of the most tedious things in the game, so I'm glad that they actually sped it up a little bit in Wind Waker HD. But anyways, while we're in here, I just want to say, like, I love the design of these Triforce gate areas. I don't know what else to call them, but it reminds me of something from Skyward Sword. I'm not going to say what it is just because I don't want to spoil the game for anybody, but I think they might have borrowed the design from this area. Anyways, we got one of these wind pedestals, so let's of course play Wind's Requiem. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen one of these, but of course, when you play Wind's Requiem on them, something good is bound to happen. And in this case, we get a super cool fancy looking chest. So if we open this bad boy up, we're gonna get one of the 3 Triforce charts. Sweet. So there's still 2 more charts to collect, and then afterwards we have to get them translated. So we've still got a lot of work to do. I believe the next Triforce chart is actually on Needle Rock Isle, so we're gonna make our way over there. Surprisingly enough, all of the Triforce charts that you need are relatively close to each other. There's only one that's actually really far away. But regardless, I will meet you guys once I get to Needle Rock, so I'll see you there.
And as morning slowly breaks, we arrive here at Needle Rock Isle.
Except we're not going to spend too much time on the island itself. Instead, we're headed towards more battleships. One of them is actually very interesting. The one that is covered in gold-plated armor in case, you know, he wasn't being discreet enough for you. So yeah, obviously that's the one that you want to destroy. The other 2, like, peon battleships don't really matter, so I'm not going to bother blowing them up at all. Instead, we're just going to, salvage this ship's dead corpse and pull up his treasure and see what we get. Well, I mean, you guys probably already know what we're getting, but, like, this is one of the easiest Triforce charts to actually pick up. But there we go. Now we got 2 out of 3 already. Now, before we go and get the 3rd chart, I actually want to go and pick up another specialty chart. So, I'll see you guys at Diamond Steppe Island. Anyways, here we are on Diamond Steppe Island. And yes, guys, guess what? We're actually going on land on this island instead of doing something around this island or in the ocean. It's the first time we've been on land since starting this episode. It's kind of a big deal. I'm gonna cry, guys. Not really. Oh my gosh, this area just looks freaking gorgeous. Like, the way the sun hits these greens and blues with, like, the little white accents from the flowers. I don't know, it's really gorgeous. There are just, like, certain areas like that in Wind Waker HD that are just like, dang, man, this game looks really good. Of course, now we're in this dank and disgusting looking cavern with, like, a sunken ship, but, yeah, whatever. At least we had to enjoy it while it lasted. So, as I was saying, the reason why we're coming here is because we want to pick up another specialty chart. This chart will allow us to get one of the Triforce shards. It's not going to let us get a chart, but we do need this chart regardless, and since it's sort of along the way, I figured we might as well pick it up while we're here, since it doesn't take too long. But basically what we got going on here is a bunch of these teleportation pots. So this area is kind of like a maze. However, if you know the correct path, it's very, very easy. So luckily for us, I know the correct path, so we won't be spending too much time here. However, if you do pick one of the wrong pots, you'll either be taken on a different path altogether, or just back to the beginning of this area. Also, if floor masters catch you, yes, you'll be taken back to the beginning of this area, although that's kind of a given, I guess. So the pattern for this area is kind of easy. Basically, it's forward, diagonal. At least that's sort of how I remember it, and that being the correct teleportation pots that you want to take for the quickest method are right in front of you, and then diagonal. So this time, we're going to burn the teleportation pot on our left instead of the one directly in front of us, if that makes any sense. Now, there are different paths. As you can see, like right up there's actually another treasure chest. However, it's a crappy wooden one, so it's really not that important. Oh, I gotta be quick here. I forgot. This one throws you out right in front of a floor master. That's kind of jerkish, but yeah, whatever. He's already dead, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But like I said, this area is pretty easy if you know the route, so we're already done. And without further ado, let's open up this chest and get ourselves our reward. And it's the ghost ship chart. Now, we don't actually need this chart to find the ghost ship, because we've actually done that before already. We need this chart to actually board the ghost ship. If you find the ghost ship without this chart and try to, like, board it, well, pretty much nothing happens, and it's kind of depressing. But now that we have this chart, not only will it make it easier to find the ghost ship, but when we do find it, we can actually head on board of the ghost ship, which is really dang cool. Anyways, now that we got that, let's make our way over to the final Triforce chart. However, before we can actually pick that up, believe it or not, guys, I need to go back to Outset Island, and I know you're probably wondering why. Well, although there is a Triforce shard that we can pick up on Outset, we won't be getting that until a little bit later just because that's like one of the longest shards to collect. Believe it or not, I'm coming back to Outset because I need to talk to Beetle. Yeah, the last Triforce chart actually requires use of a Hoi pair, and we don't have any. And as far as I can tell, the only Beetle shop ship that consistently sells Hoi pairs is the one on Outset Island. Like, you might get lucky somewhere else. I'm pretty sure, actually, now that I think about it, the Forest Haven Beetle shop ship also sells Hoi pairs, but whatever. I want to buy 2 of these because what I need them for can be kind of tricky. And if I screw it up, which is a very high possibility that I will, I want to make sure that I have a second chance. But now that I got these, I'm going to make my way over to Bird's Peak Rock. That's actually where the next Triforce chart is located, so I'll see you guys over there. Alright, so here we are on Bird's Peak Rock. Now, this is going to be interesting because basically, in order to unlock this door, we need to take control of a seagull and hit 6 switches that are in the nests of these birds. So, what I like to do is actually, shoot the birds out of their nest. Ooh, dang, first shot and I got one. That is pretty dang good. But yeah, if you can, shoot all these birds and kill them before you take control of the seagull, it'll actually make your life a lot easier because then, well, you'll have less birds chasing you. And, ooh, dang, that was actually pretty dang good. Alright, now, there's one actually behind this center pillar, and, alright, I can't see it from over here, so maybe I can get it from down here. Yes, okay, I can see it. Cool. So hopefully I can kill this last bird, and that'll make my life a lot easier. Because then I'll only have to worry about like 1 bird instead of 2. And yeah, that'll make a big difference. Dang, I got it. Sweet. I am the best with the bow. Of course, you know, this last bird that's flying around in a circle is pretty much impossible unless you're like a god with the bow. So I'm not even going to bother. Whatever. I can deal with 1 bird chasing me. So, let's pull out a Hoi pair real quick. And let's get started, man. This is actually one of the harder things to do with a seagull, believe it or not. Thankfully, I don't believe there is a time limit on how quickly you need to like hit all these switches. So you can pretty much take your time, and I would recommend doing so just because it is kind of difficult. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes that'll happen where you think you're going to hit a switch and you don't actually hit it with the seagull. I don't know, for whatever reason, like, flying a seagull and hitting these switches has always been hard for me. Like, I've never been particularly good at it. Like, the best way that I do it is just, like, body slamming the entire seagull into the switch. And this is exactly why I should never become an airline pilot, because could you imagine me behind the control sticks of a 747? It just would not be pretty. Ooh, actually, we might get lucky here because if I can sneak past this guy and hit the switch, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Apparently everything I know about this game is a lie, though, because that was incredibly easy. So, I guess if you do take out all the other birds and just have really good timing, you can hit all those switches pretty dang easily. I remember that being a lot harder, though, for whatever reason. Oh, well. But that's pretty much it, guys. Like, that's all we really had to do to get the last Triforce chart. Like I said, they really did speed up this quest a lot. Like, now that we have all the charts, all we have to do is get them translated and then pick up all the pieces of the Triforce. So that's actually not a lot, even though it kind of sounds like it is. Trust me, that's not going to take that long at all. Anyways, let's just make the chest appear first. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But there we go in all its glory. Let's just open up this bad boy and get ourselves the final Triforce chart. Now, like I've been saying, we have to get all these charts translated, and you're probably like, well, who is going to translate these charts for us? Well, you're gonna have to dig deep into your memory banks all the way back to the very, very beginning of this game when we first arrived on Windfall Island, when we broke Tingle out of jail. Remember, he actually said something about being able to translate old sea charts, so we're going to Tingle Island to actually talk to Tingle. Oh, the horror of it all! I'm joking though, Tingle's not actually a bad dude, he's just a little weird, I guess, and that's probably the nicest thing that I could say about him. What's worse too is that Tingle won't actually translate these charts for free, and this is another change that they made in Wind Waker HD. The fact that you only have to like translate 3 charts saves you a ton of money. Like in the original Wind Waker for the GameCube, you basically wanted the max wallet as early as you could get it just so you could save up rupees for this part of the game, because it would pretty much drain your wallet. Alright, there he is. Let's talk to him. What's up, bro? Oh, Mr. Fairy! I've been longing to see you, sir. What should we play? What do you want to play? What? You're not here to play? That fragrant, musty scent. Sir, you have found a chart. Why, yes, we have. Splendid, splendid. Show me, show me. Somebody's happy. Why, you can't read that chart in its current state. Impossible, sir. That's why I came to you. Would you like me to decipher it for you? For 398 rupees. Yeah, ridiculous, but we really don't have a choice, so we have to do it. Here you go, buddy. Tingle, tingle, kalu, limpa. Become readable. And yes, that somehow deciphers our Triforce chart. I have no idea how that works. Like, all it does is do a little dance and throw some confetti in the air, and that makes it readable, but whatever, I'm not going to question the Tingle magic. Just, give me my charts, man. That's all I can say, really. Like, I don't even know what you're doing on this island anyways. Like, there's 2 other people dressed up like you, pushing, like, a windmill around or something. Like, you're doing some sort of, like, slave labor camp or something, man. I don't like the looks of it, though, Tingle. I really don't, man. You're starting to creep me out a little bit. Mr. Fairy, you must try very hard to find treasure. When you select and open this chart on the map screen, the place where the treasure is will shine forth. Then just go to that place and rely on your chart to help you find the treasure. Alright, thank you very much, Tingle. So now that I've got all the Triforce charts translated, I guess the next thing that we would need to do is actually go and collect all the Triforce shards, but we'll do that in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.